So you welcome again to the Artists Alliance Gala. The house is called Omanye House. Omanye means glory, good fortunes. Her mother was called Omanyeyo. Omanyeyo just is a Ghana word meaning good woman, glorious woman, or that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the mother's name. So he named the place after the mother. Hence the name Omanyeyo.
Okay.
The gallery has been here for 15 years.
15 years.
Here
This
for
one?
15 years.
Okay.
But the first one, if we add all, the gallery has been in existence for over 30 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Here, when you enter here, you're going to see two main works of art.
Okay.
Modern art, that we call contemporary art. You can give it any name that you like, but it's modern.
Okay.
Which has a lot of European touches in it, because we've been trained and we've moved away from our traditional system of carving, our traditional system of painting. So there is more of a modern painting.
Right, okay.
And then secondly, we have the traditional art, which consists of our traditional activities and what we call also the ancestral art, which is also sometimes very frightening and not very modern. You don't see anything very great about it. Yes.
Okay.
So when you come here, you see these two types of work here. That is the contemporary and the modern. Just first ahead of us is a work of art by one called Kuma, a young student who had then finished the SS and have started painting greatly. We examined his work and we saw that he was doing good.
Yeah.
To bring your work here, you need to bring 5 pieces of your work. We show it to a panel of 5. 3 of them have to approve on it before we accept your work. And luckily, he was one of the lucky guys. They just accepted his work.
Right away.
Right away. But when Prof got to know him, he advised him to further his education. So he's now a student in the KNUST, Kumasi.
Okay.
Yes. And the second work is his work. The other 2 works at the extreme end is by Niti Mills. Now he's also a product of KNUST,
Okay.
Kumasi. Yes. He completed in the 80s, late 80s. He was my mate. And then this chair comes from some part of Nigeria. It's chair for a chief, where you have the 2 leopards. You can sit on it and have a fine rest and a fine picture on it. Sit on it gorgeously.
So the 2 leopards, what do they represent?
Most of the time, the images of the stools tells the strength of the person. He wants to tell you he's as strong as the tortoise, and he's as strong as the leopard or as the wolf in the forest. When we look at those stools, it tells this is purely a royal stool. What?
So I can see the
Yes.
tortoise.
And then you can see a wild animal beneath it. And this tells you the strength of that person. Also, this is a car mainly, we described it as bone shaker. In the 90s, late 90s, every school in Ghana had this track.
Okay. One? Or
Yes,
more?
had one.
Okay.
Every secondary school had one of these tracks. But this is just an image of it. And this is a coffin. So I'll just lift it and then you see. All right, it's a coffin.
It's not that long.
Yes.
Though. Maybe about
Yeah.
5.
What happens is that if the person has a long leg, they break the front. So all this will go under the ground.
I think I would fit comfortably though.
Yeah. Such coffins are made for very important people. And usually the images that carries the person to the grave are images that shows the trade under which the person is.
Right.
So
Somebody told me this because they said they said because I like photography that they can make a camera.
a camera
Yeah.
as a
That's
coffin.
so cool.
And yeah, that sort of thing. Yes. So it's common in Ghana,
Yes.
and most West African countries. And when you travel about 2 states from here, on the roadside, you see they've made a lot of such things in different shapes.
Right.
Yes.
I did see it on my way to Winneba.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw them making it outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. This is an artwork made out of waste. You know the slippers, plastic slippers. Yes.
So recycling.
Recycling. And that is what he's cut them in pieces and he's joined them, and that is his artworks. Usually such artworks are very expensive.
Yes.
Because getting the things and cutting them in pieces. Have you realized he's a trumpeter?
Yes, only because he told me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see the trumpet and you can see the head. Usually, most carved works, what they will do, the work they will do, determine on the structure of the wood they have.
Okay.
The wood determines what it should be used for.
Do you know what kind of wood this is?
Yeah. This is a odum. Odum. This one is the best, one of the best that you can get in the country. Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then we have, that is by Wiz.
Wiz?
Wiz Kuduajo. He's one of the oldest artists we can think of. When you think of Professor Bloody Glover, there is a second group just beneath them. And Wiz is one of them.
How old
Yes.
is he?
Wiz will be in his early 70s or late 60s. Yeah. But I'm sure he'll be in his early 70s.
Okay.
Yes. And these are pots. These are made out of clay. Usually they are not made as pots to be used to carry water as we do in our local system. They are more decorative things.
Okay.
Because they are of the molding nature.
Right.
So you can see that it's more of a modern idea.
Does this represent a face?
And the face, this face is common with the aquava doll.
Okay.
You've heard of the aquava doll? You've heard of the fertility doll? We'll get there and we'll
we'll
talk
get there,
about
okay.
those ones. Yes. And the face is usually common with the fertility doll face.
Okay.
So you see that the artists have been trying to put things down. So you see the fertility head, and then you see the dress, and then the handle becomes more like the neck
Yes.
of the.
Okay, so when you see it from an angle like
Yeah.
this, okay.
So you can see the neck, and then you can see the dressing
Yeah.
on the. Yes. So this is more of a modern art.
Okay.
Modern, yes.
Modern, all right.
So
So, what's the artwork on these doors here?
these doors are images created out of steel waste.
Steel waste.
Yes.
See, it's a little
yes.
fragile.
And because of the sea breeze, you can see it's getting rusted. Yes. That's one of our biggest problems. We have problem with the sea breeze.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And I was telling you about wood and the structure of the wood determined. This is a typical type. So you can see 4 faces.
Yes.
Yes.
And these ones are more carved in.
Yeah, carved in. So the structure of the wood determines how the artist is going to use the wood.
Okay.
Now, I spoke about the chairs.
Yes, you did.
Now you see the leopard,
Yeah.
and then you see the hawk.
Yes.
Yes.
That's an elephant.
It's the elephant and then the hawk. Yes.
Okay.
So you can. So the person who sits on it is telling you that he's out in the air, he's as strong as the hawk. And on ground, he's as strong as the leopard. And this man's telling you, in the air, I'm strong as the hawk, and on the ground, and I'm as strong as the elephant.
Do they get to choose their animal or?
Usually, it is a family choice.
Okay.
So, determine on which family you are coming from and the name that you will carry.
Right.
Yes. And then we have these 2 yellow artworks. It's one of the most
similar.
expensive works we
Yeah.
have. It's made by one called Agozo. Agozo is a chief. He's an artist, a painter. He's a musician. and he's a traditionalist.
Yeah. I love the abstract. It looks like so many different things.
When you come back, you see a lot of people, just a lot of people.
Right.
And he did them in line, yes. Yeah. So he's a god. And this costs $15,000.
$15,000. And how much is this one?
The same.
The same.
The same.
And it's the same artist, you said?
The same artist.
Okay.
Yes. That artist described the same DT Mills. I talk on DT Mills. The last two words are there. He's the same person here.
Okay.
He described this work as whiskey on rocks.
Whiskey on rocks?
Why, I can't explain. But that is how he explains his work.
Whiskey on rocks.
So this is what he called
Maybe that's what he
whiskey.
was drinking when he made it.
I don't know, perhaps he was taking some whiskey whilst he was painting. Yes. This is a traditional art session. So this is more of an ancestral art. Talking drums are very important in the life of Africans. It's used in most all ceremonies. When a child is born, when there is party, when there is funeral, when there is installment of chiefs, we use talking drums in all our activities. Now, during the days of the slave trade, it was a means by which we could tell other community the slave masters are in town, so everybody should stay indoor. Nobody goes out. Yes,
like a warning.
It's a warning.
Okay.
So, and it's talking drums. So immediately they start drumming. All the surrounding villages will hear what the drums, and they will translate it, that this is what is being said.
Okay.
So they will also announce it within their people.
Like a signal. Yeah.
Like a signal, yeah. And anytime they beat the drums, it has meanings. And those who understand it usually will tell you the meaning, that this is what the person is saying.
Right.
Sometimes it's a challenge. The person might challenge you in a dance. Sometimes he might challenge you that if you feel you are a man, take steps as I drum. So your legs and the drum steps should be the same. Okay. And once he's using his arms, you know how fast his arms could go. Yeah. So your legs should also go as fast as that. Okay. So drums has a lot of importance.
Lots of different meanings.
And it has different meanings and has different purpose for which it is being.
Are these parts of the drum, are they all made from cow? Or different
animals? Different animals. Different animals. Okay. And all that tells the difference and of its use. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But mostly is used out of the cow and the sheepskin is what is mostly used. But sometimes you get that even from the lion skin.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that rare?
It is rare. Yeah.
Do you have any here with lion?
No.
No? Mm-hmm.
And one thing with Africans, before we were enlightened by the whites, any artwork you do, you have to consult the ancestors. You have to pour libation to tell the ancestors, I want to carve the wood. Yes.
You need permission.
You need permission to carve the wood. All because we believe there is life in everything.
Yes.
There is life in the stone.
So you need purpose for everything
yes.
you do. Yes.
So you just don't get up to carve. Whether you are using a stone, whether you are using wood, whatever you're using, you need permission from the gods. And the gods usually direct you how to go about it. So your carving usually goes with spiritual intonation, spiritual ideas. Yes. So if you can see most of these images, these are images that has been medium of worship. Okay. We don't worship the images. We worship the gods behind the images.
Right.
We don't worship the wood.
Okay.
But they symbolize
the
spirit beneath it, behind it. Yes. Because we've known God long before the coming of the white man. White man brought Jesus Christ to us, but we knew God before they came. So we had names and titles for God.
Yes.
in this our land that we stand, they have 99 gods. But before they mention the 99 gods, they first mention the supreme God. Okay. The supreme God is over all God. Mm-hmm. All the other gods are beneath him. So we worship those gods beneath them. Yes. And then you can see those cloths hanging. Okay. They are, yeah. They are called kente.
Kente?
Kente. Kente derived out of the word kenten. Kenten is basket.
Okay.
And we weave this in stripes. So you can see.
Oh yeah, I can feel there's like wood in it, yeah.
So you get the stripes, just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And kente is weaving started years before the coming of the colonial government. We've been weaving kente for years. But before, they were weaved only for chiefs. Mm-hmm. Yes, but now it's weaved for anybody who has money to buy it. Yes. And it's mostly popular with 2 tribes in Ghana.
So would you say that it's like kind of a status thing now that people with money can
Now people with money can buy,
okay.
but before
no,
it was not so.
Right.
Yes, it was weaved purposely for the chief.
Right.
Yes. Now, the 2 tribes that were weaving kente is the Evers and the Ashantis. Okay. Yes, they started weaving kente years long before civilization started with us. Mm. Let me say that. Yeah. Yes. Mm. But we rarely can tell both of them who started first. Right. We rarely can tell. But we know the 2 tribes were weaving kente years long before colonial masters joined us. Right. Yes. So you can see the different types of kente. These ones are mostly of the Ashanti cut. Right. We call these Mali dolls.
So these were doors?
Yeah, they are dolls. We call them Mali dolls. It's popular with Mali. They do such dolls. Doors for their rooms, and they put it in the entrance of their room. So we call them Mali dolls. Okay. Yes. Then we have these images. Somewhere in Kenya, there's the belief that when you see a snake, or a snake comes nearer to you, it brings good omen. So they don't kill snakes. Ah. Yes. So sometimes they do these snake images, hang it in their room, believing it brings good luck.
Good luck.
To them.
See, I like snakes, but everybody always argues that they're not good luck. What about these record players?
These were the first gramophones that came to the system. So you put a plate on it.
Okay.
There's a pin that is put here.
Right.
And then you put it, and then there is this rod which is put here, and then you wind it, and you get your music.
All by hand?
By hand, yes. Those days there was no electricity, so it was used manually.
Not so easy as touching it now.
No, just now we touch it and then everything is done. Yes. So just as I was telling you, the drums, some has images beneath it and tells what it should be used for. Right. Yeah. As I told you, the one who carves seek the permission of the gods, and the gods tell him what to carve. So he carves what he likes. And these images usually are common with us. We call them fetish, but I usually don't want to use the word fetish because really they are not fetish. Okay. They are work of art.
Work of art.
Yeah. These are all other types of carvings. Right. And they are all ancestral carvings, ancient carvings. Some of them might be 100, 200 years old.
Do you know what the oldest one here is?
The oldest one is the big ones there.
Okay.
Yeah, those ones.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Like this has so much wood.
Yeah, this is a ladder. So you put the V angle on the tree and this side, and then you climb.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you actually use it as a tool,
yeah, as a ladder. Yes, so that's the work of Professor Blade Glover, the owner of the gallery, yes.
Okay.
And we term this artwork the people. You see his artwork better from a distance. When you stand close to it, you really can't see what it
more
is.
like
Yeah, you
smudges.
see just painting,
Yes.
but from a distance, you see it better.
Right.
And that is his work. And we call, the title is The People.
The people.
This is an ancestral art section also. We call these things gold weights, but they are brass.
Oh.
And so you ask me, why are they called gold weights? Before the coming of weighing scale, we were weighing our gold in images. Images. So the gold I'm selling to you is the head of the fish.
Okay.
So using the weighing scale, the gold powder will be one end and this will be one end. So we have various types of images.
Okay.
Yes, so the image in which I will weigh the powder will tell the price of it.
Is that a dragon?
That's a cow or something.
Oh, that's a cow.
Yes, but it's the same thing. It's an image in which they weigh. So if you look in the glass, all over the glass, there are a lot of images.
Yeah.
Yes, and all the
Endless.
images, endless, yes. And we have masks. These masks usually are used in the north more than the south.
Okay.
When they are dancing during ceremonies. Usually then images are to make them look frightening, to make them look strong. Intimidating. So when they are coming in, you have to give them way, that sort of thing.
Okay.
You just can't stand in his path. Yes. And then
What are these up here?
these are feathers from various animals. That's the guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl.
Yeah. But that's the, what's this animal called?
Flamingo?
No, the one that opens its
Peacock. Yeah.
Yes. Those ones are peacocks.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then these are all images. This is another type of aqua doll. But this is of the Volta region.
Okay.
But the popular one we know is that of the Ashanti. And that is how it looks like. The fertility doll.
Fertility.
Yes, most people call it fertility doll, but we call it aqua doll. The use of it is that if you are barren and you carry this, you buy it, you take care of it, you get pregnant. Yes.
I won't touch it too much.
You don't want to get pregnant. Okay.
I'll stay away from that one.
Okay. And if you want twins, you buy the pairs.
Okay.
Something like that. That is a pair. Then you want twins.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And so these are some of the things. And then we have various types of crops from various types of the country. And then we have that basin. That basin was formerly popular in bride price giving. When you're going to marry, they arrange the woman's things in this basin, and the virgin has to carry it. The virgin has got to be your sister, your cousin, or something.
Okay, but they
Yes.
have to be a virgin.
But it has to be a virgin.
Is there a
And so-
reason for that?
Yes.
Just purity?
It's purity. It has to be pure. The
Okay.
person have got to, one carrying it, have got to be fresh. It's not been something that has been used because you're going to take somebody's thing. So
Okay.
you have to be very careful about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, the guns.
That's a gun. Will you try it?
Yeah? Like this?
Yeah. And then this was what this
real.
uses gunpowder. It's real.
Wow.
It's real.
It felt like just wood before.
No.
When you, yeah.
Yeah, it's real. This was the type of guns the British brought to us those days. And this was the guns they were using. I remember once in our history, there was war between us and one state.
Right.
So they had to send 90 young men to the British for gunpowder. Because we needed gunpowder.
90 from here to the...
90 young men
Wow.
should be given to the British
Yes.
to give us
So
gunpowder.
they're kind of like soldiers in a way.
Yes. No, They are not soldiers.
No?
They were sold to the British in
So,
return for gunpowder. I hope you understand.
Okay, it's like a trade.
It's a trade. Yes. It's
even
just a
worse.
slave trade.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we have various types of image. These are usually voodoo images. Yes. Just like those ones too. That's a pistol.
Pistol, yeah?
Yes. That's a pistol. This section also is another section of traditional art. Ask me why the Asafo flag has the Union Jack in it.
Why does it have the Union Jack in it?
Because the British settled with those people. It's not only the Union Jack. We have other flags, that of the Germans. When you go to most of the other lands, the Asafo flag is mostly with the German flag.
Okay.
Some has the Danes, and some has the Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It just tells you that those type of Europeans settled peacefully with them. They stayed in peace.
In peace.
Yes.
They didn't conquer.
Yeah, they didn't conquer them. They were in agreement.
Okay.
They settled. Asafo was more or less the military of the people.
Right. It's good to know that there was some peaceful settlement and it wasn't all conquered.
Yes, it was not all that conquered, yes. And so Asafo flag is still in use, but it's not very popular. Mostly when you see the fishermen going to fishing, they all have flag.
Yeah.
So their flag tells you where they are coming from. So some of the fishermen even know. So immediately they see this fisherman, they say, oh, you are coming from Fantiland. Oh, no, you are coming from Izima.
Yeah.
No, you are coming from Everland.
Okay.
So some of the flags tells the people who they are. And usually during time of war, those days, the strongest person in the community carries a flag. Because immediately your flag is taken away, you are conquered. So the strongest person in the community carries a flag. That's a typical Ashanti kente, very colorful,
like
yellow and red.
Physically strong, the person, or
physically
strong?
He has to be physical.
So not like a king, like
no,
just physical.
No.
Okay.
Yes. So these are other images. That's the Asafo flag. And these
How about this one, a little bigger?
Yeah, little bigger. You can see that this is something more modern.
Much more modern.
It's more modern.
Little Bob the Builder feel to it.
Just as I was telling you, the Northerners use chairs. So these are some of the chairs the Northerners use.
Okay.
Yes. The most important stool in Ghana is the Golden Stool. That which gives the Asante Hene his authority.
Okay.
You know the Ashanti Kingdom?
Yes.
Yes. The Ashanti Kingdom has his authority from a stool. And the stool was believed to have been commanded from heaven by an individual called Okomfo Anoche. Now, Ashanti had scattered states, just like we have in this Ghana land. Various states, but they are scattered. Each is autonomous on its own. When Osetutu was made the Kumasi Hene, he sent for his childhood friend, who is Okomfo Anoche, to come and be his chief advisor. So when Okomfo Anoche came and realized that this unity among them, decided to bring them all together. And because of the wondrous things that he was doing, they all listened to him. So he planted 2 seeds, one at Kumasi and one at Kumewu. So one died. And the one died when the Kuma usually is a hat.
Right.
So Kuma died.
Okay.
So the place is called Kumewu. Who means dead? Kumewu.
Kumewu.
Kumewu. Yes. So they named the place Kumewu. And the place that the Kuma grew, they named the place Kumasi. Okay. So that place became the capital of the Ashantis. So all the Ashantis served under the Golden Stool. And the Asante Hene, the Kumasi Hene, is the one who sits on the Golden Stool.
Right.
Yes. When the British took the Golden Stool to Britain,
Oh, they took it.
they took it. The Ashantis fought them to the extent that there was no man left to go to war. So women had to cut off their heads
And go to war.
and dress like men and go to war.
Wow.
So you heard of the war, the Yasantua War?
No.
You've heard of Yasantua
No.
War? It's one of the most notorious wars the British fought in Ghana.
I never
Yes,
have.
it was only women. And the commander in charge was a woman. And he's Yasantua. He's Yasantua. He comes from some miles to Kumasi.
Did they win the war?
Yeah, no, they didn't win, but in the long run, the British has to bring back the Golden Stool.
They brought it back.
We have a statue of Okofa Anochie upstairs.
Okay. Can we
On the
see it?
next floor.
after?
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll see it.
Okay.
These are beads.
Waist beads, yes.
Very important in African
Yes.
culture. Usually children and women use beads. Beads are not popular with us, men.
No, man.
But babies use beads. With babies, whether female or male, they use beads. The importance of beads is it tells when the child is growing lean or is growing fat. Now, also, in the case of women, it helps to shape them up.
Yeah.
Yes, it helps to bring this place together. That sort of thing. Let me show you. That's a typical Ashanti kente.
This?
Yep. But I want to show you a new one. These are the new ones.
Modern ones?
Yeah. Today.
Yes.
Yes. It has the various types of kente designs.
Okay.
And their names. The popular one that I know is Fatia Fata Nkrumah. You've heard of Nkrumah?
Yes.
The first president. The wife is Fatia. He's an Egyptian.
Okay.
So one of the designs is Fatia Fata Nkrumah. It's more of something like this. And it's also very expensive because of the names for which it has been given.
Right.
Yes. So this place is beads and their meanings. Yes.
Okay.
You can take the
Yeah, I'll take a shot of
yeah
that.
shot of that. Very important.
Okay, this
Yeah.
explains all of it, right?
It explains. Yes. That's Fatia Fata Nkrumah. That's
Okay.
it.
I met his daughter at the summit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was speaking publicly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me show you the stool, the image of the Alcon.
Okay, up here?
Yeah. Of the Alcon for Anochie, and then we can. Typical Ashanti kente. This one.
This one.
Yes, typical.
The similar pattern.
Yeah. Yes. These are our currencies that we've used since independence.
Wow.
Yes.
Since independence.
We've been changing our money just like that.
In the 50s became independent? Do you know what year?
57.
57, okay.
57, yeah. I was born in that year, so I'll never forget
yes,
that.
okay. Good year to be.
And that's the first CD.
First one.
The one, the blue one,
Yeah.
with Kwame Nkrumah's head on it.
Ah.
Yeah. We're entering into the place of Professor Gloria. So all the arts on the wall here is Professor Gloria.
All of it.
This is what we termed the Yellow Forest.
Yes.
Yeah. And that one is 150,000. Yes. We term this the market.
Market.
Yeah.
You have all these memorized?
Yes. It's the same price.
Okay.
And then that's the people.
This one is
The people.
The people.
Just like the one we
the
saw
one downstairs? Yeah.
downstairs. It's the same
It looks
thing.
like it, yeah.
Yes. And then we have that, the lorry station.
Big boy.
Yeah. Usually we write various things on our, yeah,
Oh, I love this one.
the lady profile. Professor Glover says the African woman is so important. These days we don't value them as before, but they were the backbone of the family. And they did about 70% of the family work.
Yeah.
But the man enjoys most of the family's revenue.
Why do you think that women aren't as valued?
When we go into farm, you carry my baby behind you. After farming, when we are coming home, I hold my pipe and my cutlass on my shoulders. You carry the baby, you carry the food stuff, and you carry the firewood. When we get home, I get my lazy chair, I relax on it, and you go and prepare food. And then you get me water in my bathroom, I'll go and bath. I'll finish eating and get to the room. Yes. And you do all the donkey jobs. So the African woman was a working machine. Yes. But these days it's been modified.
It's been modified.
Yes.
You can say it from both sides,
Yes.
right?
That's also another market scene, very different. And then the popular profile. Usually there's a lot of argument in. Have you gone to our markets?
Yes.
Our ordinary markets?
Yes,
You see the arguments?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have the cockfight. I like that
This
word.
one?
Yeah. So we describe that as a cockfight.
Which one is your favorite piece in here?
Here, I prefer the profiles.
Yeah, okay.
I prefer the profiles. And then secondly, the market one. I prefer this type of the market one to that one.
The market ones, you can see the chaos.
You can see the chaos, in our market. You like that?
Yeah.
We had an exhibition just by Larry Otu, and these are some of his works.
Okay.
Yes, that's Larry Otu's works.
Larry Otu.
Almost everything in this room is that of Larry Otu.
Okay.
Yes, and this is the image I was talking about, the Konfanochi image.
Okay.
That is it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And it is one of the things in the gallery which are not for sale.
I was wondering if there's anything not for sale. So this is priceless.
Yes. This is a Konfanochi. And you've heard of the Konfanochi Hospital?
No.
In Kumasi. It's the second largest hospital in Ghana.
Okay.
And when you go to that hospital, behind one of the blocks, this man have put a sword down and it cannot be removed. Not even with the bulldozer. It can't be removed.
It's stuck.
It's stuck. During my childhood, we were allowed to pull it because I've gone to pull it before.
Yeah.
When I was around 9 years, we went there and I said I could pull it. And I went there, I couldn't pull it.
It's like King Arthur, right? With the sword? Yeah.
No, but now they fenced it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a Konfanochi.
This is really cool.
Yeah. Have you gone to Ebri Gardens?
I haven't been there.
Yeah. Not far from Accra, there's a place called Ebri. Not far from Ebri, there is a state called Ewukugwa, and that is his native land. So he's not an Ashanti, he's an Ekuyapem.
Okay.
Like we also like painting faces. So that's some of his faces.
Wow.
And that's someone's using roofing shades to imitate a woman.
Yeah.
That's the breast,
The lips.
that's the face, and that's the lips. Yes. I hope you've enjoyed going around.
Of course.
You've had what you have. You had enough information you want.
More than
Is
enough.
there
You're very informative, Oscar.
Is there any question you'd like to ask?
I think you've covered most of it. Because I wanted to know if there was any art in here that you can't buy, so you answered that.
There are some things.
Okay.
Our reason is that when we sell it, we can't replace it. So we have to keep it.
Right, so everything else is replaceable.
And one thing too about Professor Glover is that even those who exhibit here, when you bring a work and he sees it, and the work is very good, he buys it and he keeps it in stock.
Right.
So we have 2-3 rooms full of artworks. Yes.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You see? What are you taking?
You say what?
What are you taking?
What did you say?
I said, I come and see them and complete the lady.
He want me to change. He want me to come and start collecting money, and he should sit here. No one. If she touched fertility door just now.
No. How do I wash it off? Let's see. Turn around. Let me see the back of your jacket. Oof.
Anesha, pose for a picture, please. Pose for a picture.